Hi, today I have a product review again for products from Paul Rubens. I already had a product review of their metallic watercolor paints, which I really like. And in the package I got that watercolor book. I thought it is a sketchbook, but then I opened it and I was wondering if this is a postcard book, but it's a watercolor paper pad that's glue bound on all four sides, which I love because then the paper does not buckle. Oh, and it's a hot press paper. Seems like a hot press. Oh, I really like that one. That's super textured. And that's great. That's perfect. When you go sketching outside, you have a perfect surface that will not buckle, and you don't have to carry around a super big paper pad. I also got this paper. It's a 300 GSM, I think. Probably, no, I don't know what this means, but I think it's 300 GSM. It's 19.5 centimeters by 27 centimeters, so it's a little bit smaller than a 4. Ah, it's a shimmery paper. Can you see that? I don't know if it's visible on camera. Ah, I think you can see it. Ah, now you can see it. The paper is glittery. That's really pretty, I think. Super sweet. We will try that out later with the watercolors. I got the MeiLiang, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, 48 colors set. And as it's from Paul Rubens, I am really curious to try that out because I really like their products and their metallic watercolors. And I didn't know that these are from Paul Rubens. That is a really nice packaging. Yes, and it comes with a swatch card where we will swatch the paints with a water brush. And there's the layer with the color names on top. This set has the watercolors in a plastic inlay. I'm really curious to see how they are looking. Oh yeah. Okay, now let's swatch these watercolors on the swatch card, and I will also use them to create a little artwork with them. I will start with the white, which is here, and then I think it goes downwards. I don't know. I have to check with the numbers here, but obviously white. I will not wet the paints, so I see how quickly they reactivate with water. Usually when I play with watercolors, I pre-wet my paints. Lemon yellow is next one. They activate super fast. Next one is cadmium yellow. They have the pigment information on this plastic sheet, and also the information about light fastness and about the transparency of the paints. That's really nice. And what I'm also recognizing that they don't look chalky. Often with cheap watercolor sets, they look chalky, but those are really not chalky. There are a lot of reds. On the plastic sheet, they all almost look similar. Curious to see how they are looking on paper. Next is the Vermilion. That one was cadmium red. I don't know what the price point is on these colors at the moment, but I think they are not on the expensive side. Well, that's because also of the packaging. That's not as expensive as a metal inlay, but I really like the tin. That's really nice. Next is Scarlet. And now the reds that are coming are looking very similar on the plastic sheet. We will see how these turn out on paper. Oh, that's a nice magenta, isn't it? Very nice. That's a deep magenta. Next is Meadow Red. And the last one here is Rose Red. Oh, that's nice. I love that. That looks like the Opera Rose color. They are different. They are close, but they are definitely different. Well, with 48 colors, you have a lot of colors. That's the Violet Red. Next is the Fresh Purple. Oh, that's a nice color. That's the Deep Violet. That's the Light Sky Blue. Next is Sky Blue. Oh, I think that looks great. Oh, I love this color. What's great is that you have the pigment information, so you can compare these paints to the ones you maybe already have or already know. As the names are not, some are the typical watercolor names like cobalt blue and ultramarine, but fresh blue, sky blue and light sky blue, that are not usual names for watercolors. I would say you would call one of this cyan or phthalo, but not fresh blue. That's the cobalt blue. Next is the ultramarine. Turquoise blue should be one of my favorite colors. Oh yes. Prussian blue. Oh, Payne's Gray. I really like a Payne's Gray in a set. Next is yellow green. Greens are always difficult. This one looks like the May green from Schminke. Maybe a bit more yellowish. That's pretty nice, I think. Greens are difficult, I feel. I usually only use sap green and olive green, and I mix them together with blues or yellows to get a nice color. I like this one. That's really a nice green. It's called tree green. Now it's hooker's green. That's one of the greens I usually never use, and if I use it, I would mix it with another color. Deep hooker's green. It's like a pine green, isn't it? Emerald green, also a color I don't use very often. Next is olive green. Oh, this is one I really like. The paints look good to me, really. I didn't expect them to be so nice. Yellow ochre. I think if you're starting out with watercolors and you want a big set with many colors, I just can recommend this one. Or when you maybe go traveling and you want something to to take with you. It's also a really good collection. Oh, I love that burnt sienna. By the way, that was yellow sienna and yellow ochre, and this is sienna, not burnt sienna, sorry, that's sienna. Now we have the burnt sienna. I would say this looks more like the burnt sienna, and this looks more like brown. Van Dyke brown is a really nice color. Burnt brown, interesting. It's not much of a difference. Cool black. Now we have the metallic paints. With the metallics, I think we have to spritz them with water, because metallic paints usually need a while to activate. So I will give them all a spritz, and I'm curious to compare them to the metallic set I already have from Paul Rubens. Wow, these colors are great. I didn't think that they would be that great. As I'm going on holidays soon, I think about taking this palette with me. It might be a really good idea. I searched for the colors from the Paul Rubens metallic set, which is this one. I have added in all the other metallic paints I already had from other brands just in the middle, so I have all metallic paints in one place. But unfortunately I can't find that leaf with the names. I only have my swatch card here, but maybe we can compare these after I've swatched them. Oh, that's nice. I think also if you have a kid that is really interesting in painting, that would be a really nice set. Where am I? Deep Interference Blue. I believe I remember that name. Deep Interference Blue. From the other set. Oh, look how shimmery and glittery that is. They are reactivating very quickly. I let the water sit for about a minute, I would say. I also think that I read Fruit Green with the other set. Oh, that was the doorbell. I will just swatch this and then I will be back. I am back with the voiceover now, and I want to create a mini abstract painting on this paper pad. I'm playing intuitively with the colors. I just want to try them out. I have used the other paper I've shown you in the beginning to make another swatch card, which I have posted over on my Instagram reels. That paper is pretty nice. It's a fun thing, I would say, if you have a glittery paper. It's perfect if you do hand lettering and you have a lot of white space so you can see the glitter. If you're painting over the paper, the glitter almost disappears in the areas where you have paint. I also wanted to see if the colors are flowing into each other, and you can see that they don't have a high flow, but of course I didn't test every single color, so it's always a bit different depending on the pigment. If you like abstract watercolor painting, I am giving a class over on EtchR. It's a 90-minute workshop, and it's about abstract watercolor with mixed media in your art journal. You will find a link in my video description. I also have linked up the watercolors, and it might be that I have a discount code for you, so also have a look in the description. I'm doing this painting after I was back from holidays, and I took these paints with me and also this little paper pad, and I did some paintings there, some landscape paintings, and they are also posted on my Instagram. And I really enjoyed these watercolors, and I will definitely take them with me to our summer holidays. I think they are a bit too big for me for on location painting, but they are great if you just for traveling, and if you are in your hotel room and you have some time, then you have some watercolors. I would have never thought that I would use metallic paints together with the normal paints, especially for landscape paintings, but I used some of the metallics for one of the landscapes, and it looked really pretty. I made some postcards with the paintings or from the paintings and sent them to my mom. Abstract watercolor painting is a super relaxing process. I totally enjoy this, and I feel it calms you down after a busy day, or maybe as a little exercise in between. I let this dry, and now I want to add some of the metallic paints on top to create a botanical element as my focal point. And here I just have a look onto my swatch card which metallic I want to use, and I'm deciding to use that blue. I try to make the paint very thick to get a good coverage. And if you want it to be more opaque, you can always add a second layer after the first one has dried.
After the metallic paint has dried, I am going in with a white Posca paint pen to make this botanical image pop. To make the metallic more opaque, I'm adding in a second layer. Finally, I decided to use the metallic gold or copper, I'm not sure, or maybe it's bronze, to add more texture or details to the painting. Yes, and that's the finished piece. I really enjoyed these watercolors. Check out the video description for the link and for the discount code. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you soon. Bye.